臼井の母です。臼井の父です。臼井の妹です。臼井の弟です。
No, no. That's only Misaki version of Usui. Hello, Maid-sama fans. Today we will tell you 10 things you need to know about Takumi Usui. Number 10, his brother. Takumi has a half-brother named Gerald who lives in England. He and Takumi look alike, except for their coloring, which is totally different. He's not good at anything that Takumi is good at. Number 9, his ethnic background. Takumi is mostly Japanese, having come from a Japanese mother. But his father is actually part British and is a part of a noble family in Britain. This makes Takumi 1/4 British in his genetic makeup. Number 8, financial support. Takumi initially lived in Britain with his father's side of the family. They didn't particularly acknowledge him, but they did pay for his schooling in an attempt to keep him quiet and out of the way. When he requested that he be able to attend school and live in Japan, the family agreed since that meant he was even further away. Number 7, his family situation. Being an illegitimate child is probably not something that Takumi wants to share with just anybody. Takumi's love for Misaki, which often leads to him teasing her, also means that he's more vulnerable with her than with other people. She is the first person he has ever told about his family situation. Number 6, his specialty. Characters have some kind of thing that they're particularly good at, but Takumi is pretty good at just about anything he tries out: academics, sports, after-school activities. So in the manga, his specialty is just listed as everything. Number 5, his hobby. Takumi has one very specific hobby, which won't come as a surprise to anyone who has watched the series: stalking. Takumi himself considers this to be his hobby. While stalking isn't a good thing, it's mostly played for laughs in the series, especially since Misaki does like him in return. He's also not out to really harm her and mostly just bothers Misaki at work. Number 4, his Japanese name. His Japanese name. The name Takumi means open sea, while Usui translates as light. It's a great physical description of Takumi, who has eyes the color of the ocean and blonde hair, which one might describe as light-colored. Number 3. His real name. Takumi is not solely Japanese, so it makes some sense that he has a non-Japanese name as well. Usui is actually a put-on name to help him blend in with his Japanese classmates once he moves to Japan. But Takumi is actually a part of a large noble family in Britain. His last name is actually Walker, the name of his father. The reference to the sea could also be read as foreshadowing for the fact that he's actually partially not Japanese. Number 2. His cat. Takumi might not immediately strike someone as a person who has pets, but one might suppose if he did, he would have a cat over a dog. They share the same somewhat cunning, manipulative traits and definitely make people want to seek them out instead of looking for attention themselves. Takumi has a dark blue cat whose name is Licht. This is a German word for light, which is similarly Takumi's last name translated into English. Misaki gave the cat its name. Number 1, the mangaka's feelings. Hiro Fujiwara, the mangaka who created Maid-sama, doubtless has feelings about how easy or difficult it is to draw any characters in the series. But Fujiwara has actually said there's one way that it's very hard to draw Takumi, with a serious expression on his face. This plays when one considers the fact that Takumi is often making pretty much every kind of facial expression except the serious one. If you liked my video, please give a like, share, subscribe,